Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna illustrate the cognitive apprenticeship, and I have read the article and I have searched from the ChatGPT about a lesson plan which using the cognitive apprenticeship. And after I read the article, I get to know the cognitive apprenticeship is mainly about the process the teacher can show the students, which students can imitate the teacher's behavior and know how to use or how to master a skill or knowledge. But during this process, the learners can in the real task situations through the observing, imitating, and get to master the professional knowledge and organize the knowledge structure. Obviously speaking, and as far as I'm concerned, I think the teachers in this principle, he not only teach how to do it, but also teach the students how to think about it. Yeah, I think it emphasizes the thinking structure of the students. So when students can master the thinking structure, it can solve the problems by their own. So first of all, the article compared with the traditional apprenticeship and cognitive apprenticeship. In the past, the traditional apprenticeship it mainly shows how to do a task, watches as the apprentice practice portions of the task, then takes over more and more responsibility until the apprentice is proficient enough to accomplish the task independently. So it mainly emphasizes the observations, scaffolding, and increasingly independent practice is apprentice both in developing self-monitoring and the correction skills in integrating the skills and the conceptual knowledge. So that's the traditional apprenticeship. And to the cognitive apprenticeship, we know it's mainly contains the process of carrying out a task to be learned. And the task also could be visionable. And he gives us an example about the reading course. So we can see the teachers first encourage the students to tell me the story's main part or most important parts, and then he asks students to make the summary. So in other words, he wants students to be the teachers in the class, and then they can write some questions in the groups, and then they will solve the problems in groups to encourage or to light their thinking and reflections about the reading. So that's all my ideas from the article, and then I'm gonna change to the ChatGPT, which I searched for the lesson plan. So first, I searched a lesson plan about the English topic is how do you go to school. It's for the secondary students. That's who I taught. So the process of the lesson, first warm up, the teachers will play a short audio clips of different transportation songs. Yeah, he used the songs to let students guess what vehicles it is, so it may arouse the interest of the students. And then he gives students the vocabulary and the sentence structure, let students get the knowledge input. So to this topic, the teachers may demonstrate the pronunciation and the usage of the words. So let students to repeat the words and to practice more about the pronunciation and usage. So I think that's a mainly process of the imitating. And next, he guided the digital practice. So from this, the teacher may use the Quizy and Kahoot to give the students a live quiz to identify the transportation vocabulary and let students choosing the correct sentence. So I think this process, the teachers can give students a short coach, and it shows the scaffolding. Students can give the feedback to the students, to the teachers immediately. And then I think the teacher's input process is ending, and the next is mainly about the performance of the students, and that at the number 4, collaborate task on Padlet. So the teachers may let students to post 2 pictures on the Padlet. That's one picture representing how they go to school. So they can use the sentence "I go to school by," add the vehicles. And the teachers may encourage students to tell how they get to school and the reason why they choose the vehicles. So students can use all the knowledge together and give a presentation. At last, it's a show time for students, and the teachers can divide the students into different groups and to let students to give a performance about what's the name and how they go to school and the reason. So I think that's a process students can organize their thinking structure, and then all the sentences they can apply to the writing lessons, such as the how to protect the environment. Yeah, I think that's a good topic for them. They can use them to the protect the environment, such as they take a bike or take the bus instead of taking a car or take any other vehicles to reduce the cost of the resources to help clean the environment. So I think that's a good way for students to organize the knowledge structure. And at last, as the exit ticket, so they will use a Google form to let students answer the 2 quick questions: how do you go to school and what did you learn? And students can give teachers a reflection about the class, and they can make a summary of the class by themselves. So I think this lesson plan is very complementary, and it totally used the cognitive apprenticeship principle, and it may all combined with the multimedia principles. So I think it's a good way, and the teachers and students can play in different roles, and at last the students can be the teachers or be the main parts of the whole classroom. So I can apply this in my class in the future. So thank you.